Interceptor, Michael Rothrock, and I am your House of Pain middleweight champion, and you're watching Cheap Shot Entertainment.
Hello and welcome back to Cheap Shot Entertainment. As usual, you are the Cheap Shot Nation and I am your host Luke, and I'm going to take you through everything that happened at Aspire Wrestling Alliance's March Madness show at St Martin's Methodist Church in Allington in Derby, and it took place on the 10th of March 2019. It was a very reasonable price of £5 a ticket, and as usual it was a very good show, always entertaining. It's Aspire Wrestling Alliance and the fantastic work that they do in the community with the kids around the area and inspiring them to chase their dreams and achieve them is just fantastic. They've got nice working relationships with the Derbyshire Police Force and the City Centre Police Force and things like that. They have open days, they have free training sessions, and yeah, just really nice family atmosphere at Aspire Wrestling Alliance. Also, they are the trainers of my niece Cherry Bomb, who achieved her first wrestling certificate on this very day, on the 10th of March 2019. She is level 1 trained now and well on the way to making that Fighting With My Family 2 re-released in 2030. You've heard it right here on Cheap Shot Entertainment. Now, we're going to take you through everything that happened at Aspire Wrestling Alliance and March Madness before we head off there. This is the second recording of this. The sound failed when Zuzzy Z was sat right next to me, but we do have Travis Banks with us as a backup just in case. So I'm going to try and put as much stuff in that Zuzzy Z said during that discussion as I can, and also is reading my nephew Martin's notes, so I will try and put some of that in as well, just as a tribute to them, because the video failed basically. But there is a video of them exclusively reporting on Hope Evolution 82, which happened last Friday on the 15th. So let's get on with the show. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook, and yeah, if you like us, you know what to do. Join us for this review. So your first contest of the afternoon, sorry, Travis Banch just fell over there, is between Striker of the Fallen. He is accompanied by Azrael, and Arthur Kane, who's a bit of a throwback, a bit of a Peaky Blinder if you like, bit of a Peaky Blinder. And yeah, both Striker and Arthur Kane are very good in the ring, very good at telling stories. Azrael never shut up during the whole contest, yelling at Striker to do certain things, to do very much a Jimmy Hart without the megaphone kind of style in this contest. But it would be Arthur Kane that would come out on top in this one with a sunset roll-up for #pin for the win. Incidentally, it was Azrael who would scream in Lee's face. I have a theory that it is in fact Lee's shiny head that draws all the wrestlers to him like magpies, and in fact Azrael did scream in his face, but that's okay because most people do that as soon as they see Lee. It's just one of those things, you know. Hi Lee. So yeah, it would be Azrael who would scream in Lee's face, and he would get a lot of attention during this show actually, from a lot of the wrestlers, because he was sat right next to the entrance and giving the wrestlers a bit of abuse, which was quite funny actually. But your winner in this one is Arthur Kane, with Striker getting pinned by the roll-up for the win. So your winner in this one is Arthur Kane after a very hard-fought match to gain the victory and momentum moving forward in the AWA pipeline. So we knew coming into this show that a general manager was going to be announced for Aspire Wrestling Alliance based on the actions of the AWA champion Ronan seemingly paying the referee through a video that was leaked online. The referee that refereed that epic 1 hour match, which is available on the Aspire Wrestling Alliance YouTube channel right now. Watch this video and then go and see it. So don't turn it off, please, please. And yes, that video is available. It is an epic match, 2 out of 3 falls, but the ending was controversial to say the least, and that's what brings us to the general manager and Classy Kyle climbing in the ring to conduct a hard hitting Stevie Walker. So Stevie Walker comes to the ring. He is interviewed by Classy Kyle with hard-hitting questions that only Classy Kyle could ask. A friend of the show as well as Classy Kyle. We've got a video of him that we'll all put at the front of a video, but we're going to use a different video on this one, which you've already seen leading into this. So thanks, Classy Kyle. Like I say, friend of the show. Feels good to say that, actually, which is really cool. Anyway, Classy Kyle interviews Stevie Walker, and he claims that he did not take any payment. He did not have any alliance with Ronan, but then does say that Ronan is his best friend when Ronan comes out to defend his friend from Classy Kyle. Just as the heat turns up, like I say, Ronan came out, Malin comes out, demands another title shot right on this show. It would not be granted because we would then get introduced to the general manager of Aspire Wrestling Alliance. Sorry, that's a throwback to Martin's notes because some of the writing was really big. Just to give you an idea. So yes, we get introduced to the new general manager of Aspire Wrestling Alliance, which would turn out to be Scarlett Page, and she is revealed as the general manager. She says that Paul Malin only got 2 chances to get his title, or get a title from Ronan, the Aspire Wrestling Alliance Heavyweight Championship, so he would not be granted the match that he wants. However, Malin would get a match in this show. He would be going against Stevie Walker in the main event of the first half, and Ronan would be defending his Aspire Wrestling Alliance Championship against a mystery opponent for the main event of the whole show in the second half. Ronan is obviously very distraught about this, having asked for the afternoon off, says he deserves it. Scarlett Page thinks absolutely differently. Yeah, we get 2 matches. Quite a long segment, but again, furthering the storyline that lots of us were following on Aspire Wrestling Alliance. And like I say, go and check out that 2 out of 3 falls match. It is absolutely epic. 2 really, really good performers in the ring, in Malin and Ronan, beating the bejesus out of each other, shall we say. And yeah, it was just really, really good. So yeah, go and watch that, and we'll carry on with this show. So your GM is Scarlett Page, and we get 2 matches: Malin versus Stevie Walker, and Ronan versus a mystery opponent later on in the night for the AWA Championship. So we next get a championship match. It is for the Aspire Wrestling Alliance Tag Team Championships, and it is United in Violence versus Border Patrol. Border Patrol consists of Michael Rothrock and El Desvalido versus the Bully Boy Carter and the Juggernaut John Allens, who won the titles at This Means War. in a gauntlet match. Now, Border Patrol had beaten 5 other teams in that match, and United in Violence came out and says, why aren't we a part of this match? So they put themselves in the match pretty much. Rothrock and Desvalido accepted their challenge, and they came away with the belts. We have a new set of tag team champions on Aspire Wrestling Alliance. So during the match, it would transpire that Michael Rothrock had injured himself, landing funny on the apron of the ring, on the floor as well. Throughout the match, the United in Violence would focus on that knee, and for most of the match, quite a lot of the match, it was Desvalido versus United in Violence, as the referee couldn't gain control of these two behemoths. So yeah, it would transpire that United in Violence did win the match quite convincingly, but it was a 2-on-1 handicap match pretty much, with Rothrock out on the outside. And the match would finish with a double sort of flatliner splash from United in Violence on the shoulders, drop down, job done, and the pin on Desvalido. Incidentally, Rothrock has actually injured himself. This was not a fake. It wasn't a possum play. It was an actual injury, and he will be out for a little bit of time. We had a chance to speak to him at another show we went to in Nottingham on the Saturday, and yeah, he's injured himself. So we wish him all the best, and quick, speedy recovery. Definitely a favourite here on Cheap Shot Entertainment, and friend of the show, because he has sent us the video that you saw at the beginning of this video. So thank you, Mr. Rothrock, for that. We very much appreciate it. Get well soon from everyone at Cheap Shot Entertainment. But your winners in this match are United in Violence. Bully Boy Carter and John Islands keep the Aspire Wrestling Alliance Championship around their waists for another show. So your next match of the afternoon was Lightning Lewis Wilson, and he was going to go against Anonymous in a singles match. That was until the great Tommy Taylor interrupted both of them and interjected himself into this match, making it a triple threat contest, which eventually Tommy Taylor would win. He is not Tommy Taylor, he is not Grandpa Taylor, he is the great one, Tommy Taylor, and it is a cane, not a walking stick. Just to be clear on this one, Cheap Shot Entertainment has it all right here on YouTube. Anyway, it would be Tommy Taylor that would pick up the victory in this one, having interjected himself in the match, yeah, he would go on to get the pin for the win in this match after being outside for most of it, getting bullied by the crowd. Like I say, Grandpa Taylor and Tommy Toilet and Tommy Toenail and all that kind of stuff. And Lightning Lewis and Anonymous would showcase what they could have brought to the table in a singles match for most of this, as Tommy Taylor was outside. So yeah, he would slither into the ring like the heel that he is, the awesome heel that he is, of course, and yeah, he would get the pin for the win over, I think it was Lightning Lewis in this match. It would be then Anonymous and Lewis that would shake hands at the end and show a bit of respect for each other, knowing that they carried that match for most of the contest. So your winner in this match is the great Tommy Taylor, having added himself to the match, which was originally a singles match between Lightning Lewis Wilson and Anonymous. So your winner in this one is Tommy Taylor. And so your main event of the first half would feature the malicious Paul Malin, and he would be going against Stevie Walker, the referee who took payment to throw the match at This Means War from Ronan. And Paul Malin would come out on top of this one, but it was a hard-fought contest. Ronan was out with Stevie Walker in this match, giving advice, lots of rolling out, lots of talking. He's the wrestler of the two, although I have been friended by Stevie Walker, the referee, and it does seem like he has a little bit of wrestling training behind him. So, something there, I think. Anyway, like I say, it would eventually be Paul Malin who would pick up the victory after a hard-fought win. Ronan did interject himself into this match a couple of times, but he was stopped straight away by the referee and the malicious one, Paul Malin. Of course, Malin has a target firmly set on Ronan and his Aspire Wrestling Alliance Championship in the future. But for now, he will take the victory over Stevie Walker. Stevie Walker gave a good account of himself in this one. Got the jump on Paul Malin, knew that he had to get started very quickly in this match to stand any chance. The malicious one would eventually win out with a crossface submission. Stevie Walker would tap out to the crossface submission, locked on by Paul Malin. Your winner is the malicious one, Paul Malin, and he most likely will go on to get another championship shot in the future. Incidentally, there was a big announcement at the end of the afternoon, which we will reveal then. In the meantime, you can see that exclusive video of Zuzzy Z interviewing Battle Squad Awesome right now as we cut for the interval. We'll see you in just a sec.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Wait. Oh. Battle Squad Awesome reunited. Okay. Well, hello, I wasn't doing anything. Oh my gosh.
I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything.
Darling David.
I know. Battle Squad Awesome reunited.
So, your next match would feature Rourke, and he would go against the vicious one, Jordan Lee, another friend of the show, another video that we have to put on an Aspire Wrestling Alliance video later on down the line. Incidentally, there is one on my birthday, so we're planning on coming to that one, which will be really cool, actually. I've never been to a wrestling show on my birthday, so that'll be really, really fun. Anyway, obviously Rourke is the bigger guy here, 6 foot odd, built like a shed. Jordan Lee, as vicious as he is, brings that passion and fire and speed into every match that he fights, every match that he's in, but ultimately comes up short against the much bigger Rourke. Incidentally, I've heard that Rourke is a very fit man for a big guy, and he can run circles around anybody, so he can carry his own in a match with a much smaller guy in stature, which is quite impressive, and gives me hope that I would do well in a wrestling ring should I ever go and take training. Anyway, it would be Rourke that would come out on top after a very hard-fought contest between these two. A bit of a rivalry going on between Jordan Lee and Rourke in Aspire Wrestling Alliance, but Rourke would come out on top in this one by hitting a pile driver on Jordan Lee and pinning the vicious one to the mat for a count of 3. Hashtag pin for the win. Your winner is Rourke. After the match, Rourke would be celebrating, exiting the arena in St. Martin's Church, just as Zuzzy C would remind him that he lost to DDA in 6 seconds. And I'm going to try and recreate the face that Rourke gave Zuzzy C as he was leaving the venue, and it went something like this. And there you go. That is the look that Zuzzy Z got from Raw, as she reminded him that he went out to DDA in 6 seconds. Your winner is Rock. So we next get another tag team competition in the ring between Jack Sparta and his partner, the Right Honourable Jacob Page, who is awesome, by the way, and so is Jack Sparta. Everyone needs to be quiet when he's doing his beatboxing because it is awesome. Absolutely awesome. I recorded it. It's very, very good. I will try and find a way of letting you listen to it, perhaps as this match is going on, as this match is being reported. So it would be Jack Sparta and the Right Honourable Jacob Page, with his sign that Lee again tried to steal, and Jacob Page screamed in his face again. Seems to be a thing that people do to Lee just on seeing him. But he is that kind of person. Anyway, and they're going against another friend of the show, another 2 friends of the show, of course, the Teenage Trailblazers, very much a favourite of Cheap Shot Entertainment. Jamie Flash and Xander Palmer. So these 2 went in a 2-on-1 match against Jacob Page back in January, I think it was, in Kirkhallam. And they came up short in that match. But we did get to see everything you'd come to expect from the Teenage Trailblazers. We got to see the hashtag cool entrance, and I'm going to do a banner just for that, just for Jamie Flash and Xander Palmer. Cool entrance. And if you haven't seen the cool entrance, you need to go and get your ticket to Aspire Wrestling Alliance. You will not be disappointed. It is the coolest entrance in professional wrestling today. It is the Teenage Trailblazers cool entrance into the ring. I won't spoil it. Get yourself a ticket. You will find out what that cool entrance is if you go and watch the show. Anyway, it would be the Teenage Trailblazers that would come out on top in this match. Jack Sparta would be laid out outside the ring, and the only way that the Teenage Trailblazers could get the win for this match would be to pile on top of Jacob Page, both of them, so Jacob Page couldn't get out or kick out because there was too much weight on top of him. Basically, they wouldn't have won if both of them hadn't have piled on to Jacob Page. Jacob Page is a big guy, but can hold his own in the ring, and he's very cool, very intelligent man in that ring as well. Ring general comes to mind. Anyway, your winners are the Teenage Trailblazers. Jamie Flash and Xander Palmer get the pin together on this one for the win. Hashtag pin for the win. Teenage Trailblazers go over Sparta and Jacob Page. Your next match is the main event of the afternoon for March Madness on the 10th of March 2019. It is for the Aspire Wrestling Alliance Championship. It would be Ronan against a mystery opponent. He would come out with Stevie Walker. Stevie Walker would have a bandage over his eye. He was beaten up by Paul Malin. Incidentally, he couldn't see any of us. Hi, Steve. And yeah, he would accompany Ronan to the ring. Very loud. He screamed in Lee's face as well. I think there's a pattern here. Yeah. If there's any wrestlers watching this video and you see Lee Malone in the crowd, just scream in his face. He likes it. Anyway, it would be the mystery opponent. Who is the mystery opponent? I'll try and do this in the style of my nephew Martin. Ritmo would come down and answer the call as the mystery opponent. Oh dear, that made me cough. Cheers, mate. Cut. Cut. And your main event of the evening was Ronan, and he would go against a mystery opponent in the shape of Ritmo, who would come out and answer the call. As written by Martin. Anyway, yes, it would be Ritmo that would answer the call, and Stevie Walker would be out at ringside with Ronan, riling up the fans. Incidentally, he came out with an eye patch, a head bandage. He was beaten up by Paul Malin in his match, and he couldn't see any of us. Hi, Steve. And also screamed in Lee's face, which does seem to be a general thing that happens when we go to wrestling shows with Lee. So yeah, that was quite funny. If you're at a wrestling show and you see a bald-headed man scream at him, he'll probably laugh in your face, and it's quite funny. But anyway, on to the match. It would be a very hard-fought contest, and like Xena said when we did the original recording of this, she's wanted to see Ronan versus Ritmo, Pirate versus Pirate, in a match for quite a while. You got the high-flying style of Ritmo, who is, and you've got you've got kind of a interlocking style with Ronan, in the fact that he's quite powerful, but he can also hit those top rope moves as well. All the time, Stevie Walker would be trying to get involved in this match. The referee would not send him back, much to the crowd's disgust, during this match, as he interrupted the match several times, as Ritmo was on his way to winning the Aspire Wrestling Alliance Championship. Incidentally, it would be Ronan with the Brainmaker, as Martin would say, which is a reverse spinning DDT on Ritmo for the win. The crowd give Ritmo a standing ovation, as well they should, because he is absolutely awesome. Again, another friend of the show here on Cheap Shot Entertainment. It would be Ronan who would keep his Aspire Wrestling Alliance Championship for the time being, because straight after the match we would see Scarlett Page, the new general manager of Aspire Wrestling Alliance, and she would make a fatal four-way match for the next show of Aspire Wrestling Alliance. It would be four guys fighting to get the #1 contendership. You've got to think that Paul Malin would be one of those people, and perhaps Ritmo might be the other. Who will be the other two? Answers in the comments section down below. Let us know what you think is going to happen in that fatal four-way match, and who those combatants are going to be. But your winner in this match, and still the Aspire Wrestling Alliance champion, is Ronan, the Pirate King. And so that is everything that happened during the AWA Aspire Wrestling Alliance March Madness on the 10th of March 2019. It was a fantastic show from top to bottom. We have storylines getting taken further down the line. We have a new general manager, Classy Kyle, giving an interview to Stevie Walker, who is the treacherous referee you can find online, taking a bribe from Ronan before his match with Paul Malin and the 2 out of 3 falls match at This Means War back in February. And yeah, just a really good show. If you, like I say, if you've not been to Aspire Wrestling Alliance and you are around the area, you have children that are wrestling mad, get them down there, get them training. At least if you can't stop them doing the moves, you can tell them, you can train them how to do them properly, and they will be taught a lot of respect in that discipline as well. It's not for use outside of the ring, and get a lot of discipline with that as well. Much like a taekwondo or martial arts, there's a lot of discipline involved in professional wrestling as well. So yeah, so if you've enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up. Hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Let us know who you think is going to be in that fatal four-way match announced by the general manager Scarlett Page at the end of the show. Let us know who you think is going to be in that match. Let us know who you think is going to win that match, should they be in it. And get talking to us. Like I say, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Hit a crossface on that subscribe button and a cool entrance on that notification bell to know when we upload new content to the channel. Once again, I have been your host Luke, and you have been the Cheap Shot Nation. I'm hoping to get some t-shirts done at a cheaper price than the Spreadshirt ones. They do come from Germany, so they are quite pricey, so I'm looking actively for a place to get some t-shirts done for Cheap Shot Entertainment. Have some designs ready and willing to go, and hopefully we'll get some of those printed so we can wear them on the channel and promote them, so you guys can support the channel as well. Spent quite a lot of stuff, quite a lot of money on equipment and things to inspire us and inspire you to keep following us, so we do appreciate it. We're nearly at 200 subscribers, so thank you for watching, as Martin would say, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.